Hello everyone, my name is Gary from Listen Up Audio Video. I'm here with Lenny from Mobile Fidelity and HiFi Rose, and we're going to be discussing the RS201E, which is a streamer amplifier. Lenny, take it away.
Thanks for having me. I really
Absolutely.
enjoy my time in Colorado, and I love talking about HiFi Rose.
Nice.
So we're going to get into it. It's the 201E. It's the baby of the family, but it's not to be ignored.
So Lenny, we have discussed previously the RS150 and the RS250, which are preamp streamer DACs.
Correct.
So we're going to be discussing the RS201E, which is both a streamer and an amplifier. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, absolutely. This, where in the in the 150B and the 250, we have the linear power supply. So they've taken the power supply out, put it externally, and put a 50-watt Class D amplifier. So you hook speakers up to it. It actually has an analog input, so if you have a turntable, you can put it. It's a complete audio system, and it's really meant to be inclusive. A lot of times in hi-fi, we get a little too exclusive, and we don't bring music lovers in, and they get intimidated. This is the solution, the antidote for that. It is such a wide scope and customer profile. It's one of the, I asked to do this interview because it's the piece I think needs the love, because I want to bring more people into this love I have of music, and I think this really appeals to the new audiophile, you know, the new headphone enthusiast, because it has a headphone out, it does 4K video just like all our other products, but it's an inclusive system, and it's easy to use, as the intuitive touchscreen interface, and I'm really excited to talk about it.
Awesome. So Lenny, tell me a little bit about HiFi Rose. It's new to the industry and new to us at Listen Up, and we're just skimming the surface here. Can you tell us more?
Yes, there's two things I want to tell you about HiFi Rose.
Okay.
First is they touch on a lot of things, and they've actually been a part of your life. You might not realize it. For decades, what they've been building are interface and business solutions, but their real magic is touchscreen interfaces. So when you go to the airport and you have that touchscreen for your luggage or ATMs, they have to be intuitive. They don't think an expert is going to use this.
Indeed.
It has to be easy to navigate within a small amount of time, and that's really the magic. But their CEO was a dyed-in-the-wool audio fanatic. And one of the things he loved to do was watch classical concerts. So he took a team of engineers they had, pulled them aside and said, I want you to work on this product. And what's great about it, these are high-level engineers that aren't blinded by what other people did in the past with hi-fi.
Gotcha.
They just have a goal, and their goal is sound quality, sound quality, sound quality, ease of use, and reliability. The same thing you would want in a kiosk.
Right?
Absolutely. So it tells the same story. Everybody is new to HiFi Rose in the audio world, but we've all benefited from their engineering in the past.
So Lenny, you're a very high-end hi-fi guy, right?
Yeah.
You're an analog guy, and I'm curious, what makes you so excited, especially about the RS201E?
That's a great question. Yeah, I'm actually the analog specialist for an analog company. So most of my time I'm talking about tubes or cartridges or turntables.
Right.
I didn't even have digital at my house, but I have 5 turntables. That's what I do.
That's awesome.
We were on a co-buzz interview, me and David Solomon, him taking the digital side, I'm taking the analog side, and we're talking about how both of them benefit, and he brings up this product. And the first thing I'm thinking is, HiFi Rose? You gotta be kidding, what's that about? So they sent me a 201E. That was the first thing, and they called it the Lenny test. Because I have a hard time, texting. I know how to spin records, man. And I tell people this, I had 4 apps on my phone, and 2 of them told me how fast turntables go. So that's me.
That's awesome.
So they sent it to me. Within 20 minutes, Gary, I had music. And here's the thing. I bought one for my wife, and she loves it. And that's what I got so excited about.
That's cool.
Finally, something we can bring everybody into.
Indeed.
She watches podcasts. She watches Love Boat on the YouTube. I mean, she just loves
awesome.
it, to the point I have dealers call, and I was trying to figure out an answer, and she said, hold on, let me have the phone. She gives them the answer because she knew. 2 days later, it's a dealer named Greg calls me and says, hey, is Nicole available? I'd like to talk to her about HiFi Rose.
That's awesome.
That's why that boom, bing, light. This is the product. This is the
That's beautiful.
wedge to bring people into our love, our history. Because you know what? Most people in HiFi, we've been educated in something else. We've been drawn into this because we don't have a choice. It's a passion for ours.
Absolutely.
And I want to expand that passion. The 201E is the answer.
Nice. Well said. That's a great answer. Thank you so much, Lenny.
That's a better question. Take it.
Lenny, I know you as an audiophile, and I understand how your wife was drawn to the 201E. Can you tell me more of the nuts and bolts, what's under the hood, why people should invest?
Absolutely. Even though this is the entry-level model, the 201E, we did also videos, and I suggest everyone watch it, on the 150B, the flagship, the 250. It has the same functionality, the same build quality, the same ideas behind it. But why I love this so much is it opens up an availability to everyone, like I was saying. But I'll get into why it's so fun. One of the things I like that it does is something called RoseTube. What RoseTube does is connect you to YouTube. And this goes back to the story of the CEO. One of his inspirations is he loved to watch classical concerts on YouTube.
Right.
So most people don't realize, and we get kind of caught in our own hype in hi-fi, and
Sure.
I'm the worst about it, that this is enjoyment. It's home entertainment.
Indeed.
And if it immerses you, it's good.
Indeed.
So YouTube is the largest streaming service in the world. Everybody likes YouTube, and just
Right.
like I believe this is inclusive, YouTube's inclusive. You may get to watch what your neighbor put on, a baseball game you did.
Right.
You know, you can watch
Right.
it. It's limitless. Other things it does, it has this wonderful tuner that, it's an FM tuner. Look at this thing.
That's cool.
I just can't. There it is. Look at this. It's a graphical representation of a 1978 looking Dynalab. The wheel moves, the pointer moves. Again, bringing you into this.
That's
Retro's
awesome.
a big deal.
Indeed.
So it has this great retro feel. You can
Right.
then go into anything you want that you can do. So I have this great New Orleans, because I'm from Louisiana, jazz and blues station. I just listen to, get to watch,
Nice.
listen to Kermit Ruffins, or Trombone Shorty Troy,
Sure.
and it just does so much. It has all the apps, so it has already included Qobuz, it has Tidal, and it's
Right.
just so fun. And one of the things I can tell you is it has features like this that you'll see in nothing else. You've plugged stuff in the back.
Sure.
Something's not working.
Sure.
There's a setting called input output. I just pressed it. You pressed it there. It gives you a graphical representation of the back panel and what's plugged in. Say
That's
I plugged
pretty
in
awesome.
something to the optical input, I'm hearing nothing.
Gotcha.
I don't want to get back there, especially if it's in a cabinet.
Right.
I look at that, oh, I didn't turn it on. Now I turned it on.
Wow.
We're good to go. No other
That's
product
brilliant.
has this. Now, this is only important to me. It has an incredible app. It's called Rose Connect. Works on both Apple platform, Android platform. But this is one of the few products of its type that includes a Bluetooth remote, and you can do almost everything you need from the Bluetooth remote or the touch panel. If you
Nice.
don't want an app, you don't have to have
Nice.
an app. I'm not
Nice.
a guy that likes apps. I don't
Gotcha.
want my hi-fi and my phone mixed together, because I always forget to charge my phone. That means I'm not. This works. Again, these are features that appeal to many people, because there's a lot of guys my age, I'm in my 50s, that
Sure.
don't like apps.
Right.
Apps are great for young folk, and they
Sure.
have it. So it
Sure.
appeals to everybody.
Nice.
And I call it the Alpha to Omega product. Alpha being your audiophile, and we can get into the sound quality and why it's an audiophile product, all the way to O, the ordinary listener.
Okay.
Again, the story of my wife. I'm the A, she's the O. So it appeals to both of us.
Beautiful.
And I really like that. But really, at the end of the day, the more people that are loving music, loving entertainment, especially at the time now we're stuck at home a lot.
Indeed.
You know, this is something that can save marriages, in my opinion. And it's fun. It does great. But one of the things I want to show you is when you get to Rose 2, it's not just, you know, music. Yeah, it has concerts, but don't forget it will do anything that's on YouTube. So if I want to watch old Love Boats, because, you know, I like Isaac, he's a good bartender, and I can watch old Love Boat. And so, you know, it can pick it up, I can watch this, and now I'm watching old Love Boats. And you can't beat that. I mean, the fact that it appeals to so many people and does so much. Gary, I want this industry to grow. I want more people in hi-fi.
Absolutely.
I want more inclusivity, not exclusivity. And again, I call this the antidote.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. So Lenny, I know that you're an audiophile. You owned your own shop. Tell me what it is that makes this special.
Well, as I've talked about all the inclusive features, but really at the end of the day, it's the name, HiFi Rose. It's a hi-fi piece. It's not mid-fi Rose. It's not entry-level Rose.
Right.
It's hi-fi. So it's got a great digital section. It's using SABRE DACs. It's got great functionality in the fact that it does MQA, which is a very high-end format. It does DSD. You can get into a menu and put your different filters if you wanted to. Again, audiophiles can do a brick wall filter, slow filter. So if you're really into analog, you can make it a little bit more analogish. If you want a lot of detail, we can eke out all the detail you want. So it sounds brilliant, but this is the great thing. So someone can get this, get a nice little pair of speakers, fall in love with it, and as we know, the one thing about this industry is satisfaction is never guaranteed. You're going to be calling me in 6 months, maybe a year, saying, Lenny, I'm in love with this. What can I do to make it better? I bought this all in one. Now I think I'm stuck. No, you're not. It has preamp out. So then we can add a bigger amplifier. Then it gives you a whole different variety of speakers you can drive. Again, if you wanted to get into analog, which I hope everyone does, it has an input and analog input, so you get a little turntable, phono stage, go right in. It can grow. Say in 10 years, there's some new digital format. It has digital outs. You can go to an external DAC and still be able to use all the features, all the functionality. And again, it sounds wonderful. Low level resolution's good, big dynamics. Again, you can cater the output to kind of get the exact sound profile you're looking for. But I will tell you this, it checks the box. Again, when I heard that name with David Solomon, I was rolling my eyes. I'm like, HiFi Rose, okay. And I'll tell you, I own one. You know, the proof's in the pudding. I bought one. I bought two. My wife's got one, and I got the 150B, the top of the line guy in my system. And I love it. I use it for many different things, and you can do it with the 201E. Say that you do go buy a turntable and you don't know what records to buy, or should I buy this record? Because records could be anywhere from you know, $250 to $25. I use it as a digital vetting service. I'll get on Qobuz or Tidal. I found this great French jazz band doing acoustic covers of Allman Brothers. Now, the whipping post was great, and I wanted to buy that record. Man, the first thing I'm doing, I'm gonna buy that record, and then the next song played, and the next song played, and I'm like, I'm gonna download that song because it wasn't worth the record. I saved probably $50. I downloaded the one song I liked, and I love it. And here's another thing that I like about it. No matter where you are in the spectrum of audiophile, from know the alpha to the omega. You know, it does things I never thought of. We would have parties all the time, and I'd bring out this little internet radio. My wife goes, you got this incredible system. And I'm like, I'm not DJing. I'm not putting different records and changing it out. I'll spend hours building playlists now. And I love it. Anything that helps me, anything that, you know, gets me more involved. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about it. It's like, I'm a brand new audiophile myself, discovering this all over again. And you know, while we were here, my colleague John Durda was showing us his HiFi Rose system and his daughter with a video, 4K out, dancing like nobody's watching, even though we were all watching. It was beautiful, and there it is. It was so succinct of what I wanted to tell you. It's a family purchase. It is so inclusive. but it's hi-fi. Hi-fi Rose.
Hi-fi
Sounds
first.
good.
So Lenny, we've talked about the interface, we've talked about the performance, we've talked about the features. What do you think is the most special feature of the 201E?
You know, that's a great question. I've been thinking about that, knowing that we're going to do these interviews.
Yeah.
And I have no other way to say it except cool factor.
Nice.
It makes you want to use it. You know,
Awesome.
Sometimes I've been in this industry and my hi-fi fights me. Oh, my cartridge isn't right, and I want to redo it, and it's just,
Sure.
I'll turn it off for a month or two. I need some separation from it. Not this. This is the clock fact. Look, you can pick different clocks. Again, cool factor. It's off the charts. And why that's important is the more you touch it, the more you use it.
Yeah.
The more you use it, the more you love it. That makes it a good purchase, a higher value product. Because the more you use a product, that ratio between what you paid for and what you
Indeed.
get out of it goes up.
Indeed.
So that's what makes it. This cool factor
Yeah.
is really what makes it a really fantastic value.
That's very exciting. I am looking forward to owning my first HiFi Rose piece.
Well, I know
Thank
who
you.
one can sell you. You get it, listen up, ask this guy Gary. He knows all about it. He'll take care of you. Really. If you need one of these, come by, ask for a demo. They know it. They love this industry. They love music. And the one thing I want to tell you about Listen Up, since I've been here, most of it seems like the sales staff been here 10, 15, 20 years.
That's right.
And so they know it. They love it. And they're passionate about it, so it's a passion product sold by passionate people, and I can't say more about that.
Fantastic.
All right,
Fantastic.
man. It was great meeting
Awesome.
you.
Awesome, Lenny.
Take care, buddy.
You too. You too. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find out more about HiFi Rose by visiting the Listen Up website or any of our 4 Front Range locations. HiFi Rose, we're super excited. And Lenny, thank you so much for
Oh, you're very welcome. Take care. Come see the guys. Get you a rose.
and get your rose.